home for you?
Personally, I feel like it's very confidence building, especially what happened last year. Um, just getting out there, getting my feet wet, and just getting back with the guys. That's really more of what it's about, is being out with those guys and getting back to them and just really having fun again, like enjoying the sport again.
How do you see your role and what you're trying to do during some playing time here?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely changes. Everybody starts ground zero pretty much fall camp. So working back up, I want to be a part of this thing as much as the next guy. And so that's kind of how we build this program. Is we always say iron sharpens iron, and we just get after each other, really. Offense, defense, special teams, all that stuff.
Are you working more behind Drew or DJ?
A mix of both. Yeah. Wherever they see fit is whatever I'll take, really. I'm just definitely grateful for any reps that I can take this year and just want to be a part of it.
From your perspective, what's the difference between the two?
Between the two, like Drew and the two positions. Um, Mike definitely has more field to cover, right? Will is definitely more, I think. You have to have like some savviness to you in terms of blitz angles and all that stuff, a lot of pressures. Again, like they both have different aspects of the defense. Mike sets the front, Will sets the coverage. So they're both different. They're similar in terms of techniques and stuff like that, but just different aspects of the game for sure.
Do you like one better than the other, and do you think you're better at one than the other?
I don't know if I'm better at one or the other. I would just say I probably enjoy Will a little bit more, just because setting the fronts can get a little overwhelming sometimes. But I mean, like I said before, I'll take whatever reps I can get and however I can get on the field and be a part of this thing.
How hungry have you been to get on the field ever since that injury?
Oh man, that's how much time you got. No, it was a long process, mentally, physically, very tough process for sure. And I can't thank the training staff enough and the guys around me enough to support me and give me all the workouts right and get my rehab back. And so it's definitely been a long process, and I'm really excited to get out there. I've been very anxious for sure.
Do you feel like you're back at 100%?
Got to think that way. Yeah, if I pull back anymore, I have another risk for injury, so it's better for me to just go out there with all the confidence and whatever happens, happens, and just enjoy all the time that I can get. Yeah, so on our break, we took I was lucky enough for Ahmed and his family to welcome me out in Egypt. It was an unbelievable experience. The people were there, were very welcoming, amazing food. Got to see all the tourist locations, saw the local stuff with Ahmed too. So it was really an unbelievable experience. I mean, when are you going to get a teammate and a local like that? That's like, he's my roommate, you know what I mean? So being out there was a really special experience. Yeah. I think there are definitely multiple parts to it. I think there's a lot of really cool things we saw. My favorite part of it was really seeing how Ahmed is the way he is because of where he's from and experiencing that culture. They're very just kind of picking it out, very prideful. Ahmed is very prideful, and there's always arguing. Like, he's always trying to get his point across, you know what I mean? So kind of experiencing that over there was really cool. And he always has a family aspect to him. Like, he's always taking care of me and Mason in the rooms here, and it makes a lot of sense because his dad does the same thing when I went over there, and his family did the same thing. So it was really cool to see how everything connected.
Understand he's a little bit of a local celebrity over there. You know, what was that like traveling around him? Did you ever get stopped and noticed or anything?
No, I mean, man, there's a ton of people over there. I forgot the number, but there's a ton of people. I mean, like he said while I was listening in, there is packed streets everywhere, people running across streets, cars this close to each other. So with the people that know him, yeah, like he'll definitely get a, hey, how are you, like all that stuff, you know what I mean? And so it was definitely cool to see that.
What was it like? It would be hard, obviously, for him being away from his family and stuff. As his roommate, have you kind of noticed him, whether it's FaceTime, just trying to stay in touch with his family back home, and how hard that is for him?
Yeah, I mean, time difference is definitely huge. So you can get on calls with his dad pretty late or just at odd times because of the time zone there. But they stay connected for sure, and he has Corey out here. That helps him a lot. But yeah, he stays in touch every once in a while, and now when he's on the phone with his dad, I'll make sure I try and hop on and say what up. So.
Can you imagine kind of what he's been through and coming over from there and learning the game and just his story, I guess? What do you think of that?
I mean, I couldn't imagine. You know what I mean? I have a lot of respect for him. That's a huge jump. Coming to the country that you don't know, language you don't know, sport you don't know, and then to come here is just nothing short of special. I know he won't stop at that, which is why I respect him even more. But no, it's definitely tough for sure.
What's their socioeconomic background? They're like, is he rich for Egypt standards? Are they poor? Are they middle of the road? Like, what's his family like over there?
I mean, it was a beautiful apartment that they had for me. As soon as I got in, 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. their time, they had a whole spread of Egyptian food for us. So it was awesome. Yeah, it was a definitely cool experience. Kind of experiencing their culture and all that stuff.
What was the food like?
A lot of meat. Yeah, lamb is Ahmed's favorite for sure. But, I mean, if I try to pronounce them, I don't even want to butcher them. But it was just a great spread, and I was up for anything. That's why I went out there, so I just tried whatever I could.
How long were you guys out there for?
I was there for a week or 10 days, I think. And we really made the most of it. Traveled a couple days in Egypt, went on like a 13-hour bus ride to another spot, came back. Went to the Red Sea, came back. So I really wanted to take advantage of the situation for sure.
What's it like? There was a really cool moment in practice today where I don't know if it was cool, but you were in coverage against Austin, and you said you're effing fast. Two-part question is, you trying to learn and get better in coverage, and then just Austin Bolt, and obviously he's really fast.
Yeah, no. I mean, it all comes down to being ahead of that, depending on the coverage, obviously. But sometimes I feel like if I'm in a really good position, Bolt is just that much more ahead. So it can get frustrating sometimes, but I love Bolt. It's all fun games with me and him, really.
How much have you seen Ahmed grow into a football player? He was saying, it's time for him to take the next step and help this team. Do you think he's ready to take this next step?
100%. Yeah, I have so much faith in Ahmed. Like, the work ethic is something that sets the tone. Like, everybody aspires to have that same work ethic as him. And football-wise, first thing, he was just a brute. Like, he was just, like, you know what I mean? So now it's a lot of technique. He's got a lot more technique in his background. That's a lot of thanks to Av and Jabril and their edge coaching staff really focusing on his footwork and his technique. He's gotten exponentially better, and I'm really excited for him to really step in that role and just represent BYB.